At first, I pay my innumerable prostrated obeisances to the lotus feet of my most revered Gurudeva. Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupa Ashtattar Shatasi Sima Bhakti Daita Madhava Goswami Maharaja, the absolute counterpart of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and His grace incarnate. I pray for His causeless mercy to give me strength to sing the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and to give me one-pointed exclusive devotion to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna and to purify my mind. I also pay my innumerable prostrated obeisances to the lotus feet of my most revered Shiksha Gurus. I pray for their causeless mercy to give me strength to sing the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, to purify my mind and to get exclusive devotion to Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. I pay my due respects to all who are present here. Earlier, I came to London twice at the invitation of one of the members of the mosque, Supreme Chand Vashisht. This time, our, you may say, one says God brother, because Akinjan Das Prabhu is the disciple of Param Pujyapat Parivatini Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. He's got brother to our Guru Maharaj. So in one sense, he also got brother. So when he came from America to London, he was insisting on my coming to London for a month. There are many devotees here. You should come for a long time. And also another friend devotee, Bindu Madhav Das Prabhu of France, he also invited me to go to Paris for a month. It is very difficult for me to come out of India for so long a time, because we have got many boats and many places where religious congregations are held. If I do not go there, they become disappointed. Although initially they pressed for 1 month, but it has come up to 12 days. 12 days in London and 12 days in Paris, and 6 days for Holland, like that. and also for some days New York and other places. What is that? Yeah. Seattle. Because I am to return before Jagannath Rath Yatra. Our Guru Maharaj revived the place of our Param Gurudev, Vishwamasa Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, the birthplace of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, our Gurudev revived. And there was a big temple there, next to Jagannath temple you will find. So, Ranganath Mishra, ex-Chief Justice of Supreme Court, he talked on the phone, he should come before car festival. He was the main person in the back of our Guru Maharaj, and there are others also, Gangadhar Madhav. By that, he was successful in getting the place. Very difficult. Even ISKCON, when they found so many parents are there, and so many litigations, they fled. But our Guru Maharaj, when all the God brothers requested him, we do not see any other person. If you can desire that you can get this place, the birthplace of our Gurudev, then we should be very happy. And Guru Maharaj said, all right, I should try my best. And he was successful. So, our Param Pujyavat Puri Goswami Maharaj, he also left us, our Gurudev also disappeared, and after that Puri Goswami also disappeared. Before disappearance, when I was requested by the devotees of India, especially of North India, repeatedly to go outside India. And I thought, what benefit should get by going outside? There may be affluence. India is a poor country. But I have renounced. I don't regard the affluence. And what right I have got to spend so much money of the public for nothing? I have got kind of relation with parents, I have, and others. If I did not worship Krishna and move hither and thither, then I cannot pay back the debts of my parents and other relatives and demigods. I shall be indebted. And I am a fallen soul, an enslaved soul. If I go there and see the affluence and the spiritual hall, so I refuse to go. No, I do not go. There are many Vaishnavas here in India. If I have got a spiritual hall, they will come to rescue me. I want to be rescued. No, you should go to rescue the fallen souls of the Western countries. You have to propagate the message of divine love, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have not rescued myself. How can I rescue others? False vanity. No, I do not go there. But recently, they are continuously insisting on my going. Then I said, I shall approach Puri Goswami Maharaj, he is still living. If he ordered me to go, then I said, think about this. Because Guru Maharaj already disappeared. I went to him and paid my obeisance and expressed my heart. All are insisting on my going outside. What benefit I shall get by going outside India? Whether I shall be spiritually benefited, or it will be just the reverse. Then Puri Goswami quoted many sayings of Bhakti Vallabha Thakur and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, and also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's own teachings. Their commandment is that you see this, you should go to all corners of the globe to preach, to propagate the message of divine love, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Universal love, irrespective of caste, creed and religion. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared not for India, he appeared there. And he is Supreme Lord. He is for all. You have to push his message to every corner and tell them, in this black age, in this Kali Yuga, there is no other way except chanting of the holy name to get deliverance from the clutches of Maya, from threefold afflictions, for births and days, and to get the ultimate objective, absolute bliss, love for Sri Krishna. There is absolute bliss. Absolute bliss is identical with Krishna. But Krishna is not the object of our enjoyment. To get Krishna means to get the service of Krishna. To get Gurudev means to get the service of Gurudev. You cannot have any contact with Gurudev. He is transcendental. As Supreme Lord is transcendental, his absolute counterpart also is transcendental. Beyond our comprehension. You cannot comprehend by the mind, intellect, and material senses. So, how we can get contact with transcendental supreme reality, with all this, and his absolute counterpart, bona fide Guru, and bona fide Shuddha Bhaktas, Sadhus, how? So, through service, we have to submit to them. And if they graciously give their service to us, then you can get contact. For that reason, you should go and push this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu everywhere, whether anybody accepts or not accept. You have to think about this. You have to carry out the order. Because he is for all the living beings of the world, not only for the human beings. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was going towards Vrindavan from Purushottam Dham, then on the way there is one forest, Jharikanda, in Bihar. In that forest he was moving towards Vrindavan. Krishna, 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 Rakho Mam. Krishna, 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 Pahi Mam. Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Rama Raghava, Raksha Mam. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshava, Pahi Mam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the combined manifestation of Krishna and his absolute counterpart, Srimati Radharani. He has accepted the complexion and mode of worship of Radharani. Actually, the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And with that mode of worship, brother, he was chanting the name of Krishna and crying and weeping, and was going towards Vrindavan. And all the beasts of the forest, by hearing that, they are also chanting. Tigers, lions, and others, beasts and deers and elephants, whomever came in contact with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are dancing at it. Their eternal nature of the real self has been awakened. They are weeping. They have forgotten. Both deer and tiger are doing with affection, because this misconception of self has been removed. We are of Krishna. They have no false ego and false interest. Only interest is to love Krishna. All are interconnected. So the tiger is kissing the deer and deer is kissing the tiger. It is wonderful, which a human being, not an ordinary saint, can think about this. But that is it. It is a desire. In this Kali Yuga, we cannot get the ultimate object by meditation, by Nash, Pranayama, inhaling, exhaling, all these things we cannot get by yogic practice. We cannot get. Meditation was prescribed in Sattva Yuga, when there are 4 kinds of piety: tapasya, shaucha, daya, sattva. 4 kinds of piety. Tapasya, penance; shaucha, purity; daya, compassion; and sattva, truth. These 4 kinds of piety were there in Sattva Yuga. All the human beings, they are in this world, and they have got connection with the non-eternal things of this world, body and body relations. But they had the knowledge. Sattva was predominating. All these are temporary. So they are attached to these non-eternal things. They had the capacity to meditate. But in Treta Yuga, you will find also in this Western country, they also believe this. This material time, they have divided into 4. 4 periods: golden age, silver age, brazen age, and black age. Gradual deterioration of humanity from innocence and happiness. Gradual deterioration. They have also accepted. The span of the lives of the 3, 4 yugas, 4 ages may be different. But the principle is the same. When one piety became less in Treta Yuga, they are given to material objects of this world. This body, this is also not eternal. Body is born, it will remain for some time, it will die. And bodily relations and all the sense organs, material sense organs, when body is non-eternal, material sense organs are non-eternal, and objects of the sense also will be non-eternal. When they become attached to these non-eternal things, their minds became restless. They could not meditate. In Treta Yuga, it was not possible for them to meditate. For that reason, at that time, the rishis, saints of Sanatana Dharma, they prescribed you should do sacrifices, oblation. In sacrifice, oblation, you are to offer the objects of your attachment to Supreme Lord. Omukaya Swaha. You have to utter the word Swaha. You have to offer the objects of attachment to articles. Without articles, you cannot perform oblation. The significance of this is this. The target is to get concentration of our mind to the object of worship. That could be done in Shakta Yuga by meditation, but in Treta Yuga it was not possible for ordinary people. So Rishi Muni advised them, you should do oblation, sacrifice. So that if your objects of attachment are offered to the object of worship, then gradually you will be attached to the object. You will get concentration. That purpose will be served now, not by meditation, but by sacrifice. And when in Dwapar Yuga, two kinds of piety became less, and only two piety, compassion and truth were there. And they were given to senses. They became slave of the senses. And Dwapar Yuga, they could not utter mantra correctly, incantation mantra as a procedure. If you could not correctly pronounce, then you will get reverse result. The Rishi Munis, they saw these people now in Dwapar Yuga, they cannot perform sacrifice. Now how they can get their objective? So they are advised to worship deities. You have given your senses to different things. You have to engage your senses and sense organs and all for the service of the deity. To serve deity, you have to engage your whole hand, feet, etc., everything for the service of deity. So that you may have attachment, you may have concentration to the object of worship. That will be served now, not by meditation, and neither meditation nor sacrifice, but you have to do worship of deities. But in Kali Yuga, only one piety remains, truth, that is Harinam. There is no compassion, you will not find. So furious human beings have become. And the beasts and birds, they are ashamed. They, with ashamed, they have stooped down their heads. We kill other living beings for our own livelihood. And these human beings, they are killing without any purpose to serve their political purpose. They have got no connection with those persons. They have not seen even those persons. They have got no enmity. But they are, by a burst of bomb, they are destroying bogies, they are destroying the planes, they are hijacking the planes. What sort of most ferocious they have become. These human beings have become. There is no compassion. By cruelly killing others, they find satisfaction. And you will see, there will be no compassion. Only truth is there. Very now. So you cannot do meditation because your mind is dark. You are given to senses, you are always thinking about non-eternal things. It is not possible. You try to do meditation in a secular place, all things of the world will come because you have taken those things through these photographs, eyes, ears, nose, and the skin, touch, all these impressions of the material impressions you have taken through this photograph, and that are stored in your mind. When you want to meditate, unknowingly your mind will go to somebody. I see, it's my drawback. You may be able to meditate, but I cannot meditate. When I try to meditate, then I shall now meditate Krishna. Other people, they are thinking he is meditating by closing the eyes. But what I am thinking, I know. My mind has gone to Madras, to Bombay, to somewhere else. Oh, so the half an hour I have spent, I am moving from here and there. Then I try to control it. And again it goes. You cannot do it. It's not possible. You cannot do even sacrifice. There is the pure things, pure articles now, pure butter you can get, pure ghee you cannot get nowadays. And there is also you cannot get a competent Brahmin to utter mantras in this Kali-yuga. If they utter wrongly, you will get wrong results. So you have to abide by the instructions of the scriptures, authentic scriptures and the Rishi Munis. If we think that we are more wise than those Rishi Munis, then you will become, your life will be frustrated. You should not do this. We are not capable of doing this. Even we cannot worship it, because we are all diseased. A diseased person is not allowed to worship. So what? You have to chant, Jayata Vishnu Tadam Jayata Makhai, Dabepati Karundu Hari Kirtanat. It is said in Srimad Bhagavad. By meditation, human beings, whatever they used to get their objective in Sapta Yuga by meditation, whatever objective they used to get in Sapta Yuga by meditation, in Treta Yuga by oblation, and Dwapar Yuga by worship of deities, all objectives will be, we can get by doing Harinam. Because seeing the plight of the present living beings, human beings of this world, so Bhagavan has appeared as name, and he has given all power to the name. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has said about this. You should have belief in this. Where there is no belief, we cannot get actual benefit. You see, our Guru Maharaj used to say always, it is all for the best. It is all for the best. What is the significance? Whatever is done by the will of Supreme Lord, who is all good, is for the benefit of all. Eternal benefit. I would not believe it. We do not know what we did in the past. We do not know what will be in the future. Now we see something has happened which we could not think about. Some loss. We got some loss. But that loss, by that we are disturbed. But whatever is done by the will of Supreme Lord, who is all good, is for the eternal benefit of all. One who understands this is always calm and serene. Nobody can disturb him. Nobody on earth can disturb. If that belief is there, without the will of Supreme Lord, even a leaf of a tree cannot move. If anybody says, yes, it can move, then Absolute will lose his absolute position. The Supreme Lord is all powerful, omnipotent. His all existence, all knowledge, all bliss. If anything can happen without his approval, then his absolute position will be lost. Even a leaf of a tree cannot move. When we have come here, I have not thought about this. But God is inside all. He is existing inside all. Without his will, our Akhildas Das Guru cannot write me. You should come here. There are so many devotees here. You will be benefited. If you come to London, if you come to this What?
Watford.
Watford? And what is this community? Leavesden?
This is the Leavesden Green Community Center.
Leavesden?
Leavesden Green.
Leavesden Green? So what is the significance of this? A person's name? Oh, all right. And
I'm talking about another
here,
house.
for the first time, I have come. By my own will, it is not possible. By his will, it is not possible. Although he has become instrumental. But everything is regulated by Supreme Lord. He is regulated. He is there. And he has inspired him. Go. Because there is a fond soul also. What Gurudev is thinking. I have graced him. He has got many weaknesses. He should associate with true devotees. Then he will be rescued. He should be taken with all devotees. For that reason, for Gurudev and also Supreme Lord Sri Krishna has inspired him. He should write him to come here to associate with the devotees of London and other places, Watford and where? Bristol and Birmingham, to go and associate with them. Then you will get devotion. And you will get devotion, they will be rescued. Without the association of true devotees, nobody can get devotion. Bhaktistu bhagavad bhakta sangara parijayate. It is said in the scripture. Bhakti means love for Sri Krishna, devotion to Sri Krishna. You cannot get by the company of abhakta, non-devotee, by the company of Gyani, Yogi, Kormi. You cannot get it. If you associate with Gyani, you will try to merge yourself in impersonal, formless Brahma. From you will do. If you associate with yogis, you will do Nash, Pranayama, etc. For getting some attainments, 18 kinds of attainments. And if you associate with a true devotee, then you will have the aptitude to love Krishna. Anybody who wants actually from the heart love for Sri Krishna, he will associate with a true devotee. He may be a householder, he may be an ascetic, no matter. But the association of a devotee, you can get devotion. So our Guru Maharaj used to introduce many religious congregations in all mosques in India, in different places. And we are ordered by him to go to those places. And throughout the year, I am moving. And everywhere there are religious congregations, and all the devotees come. When the devotees, we got the company of the devotees, we become inspired. Now, when we participate in one function, and all the Vaishnavas, Shuddha Bhaktas, they have come, they are speaking about the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, we are hearing, and also we are chanting, and so much programs there. We have got no time to get rest. You should not give them time to get rest. If this person, particularly for my, if he remains in a secular place, he will think evil things. You should not be given any opportunity to think about evil things. Always engage in, always. Throughout the India, you will find I have got everywhere 4 times, 5 times a day. I do not object to this because Guru Maharaj told me, wherever you go, you should speak whatever you heard from your Gurudev and from Shuddha Vaishnavas. You should recite that and you should speak about the teachings of the authentic scriptures, especially Bhagavad. Then your mind will be purified and you will get devotion. For that reason, although I have got no good hold over English, because I cannot speak well. I have got no vocabulary. I have, therefore he is here to help me. Because during British regime, at that time and after also, independence 20 years, 25 years, we had occasions to speak in English. Our Guru Maharaj used to address gatherings in English, respectful gatherings. But nowadays nobody wants to hear English. In North India especially. In South India, some societies there, the Vallabha society, they prefer to hear English. Otherwise, nowhere. When I go to North India, I always speak in Bengali or Hindi. There is no scope to speak in English. So I have lost the habit of speaking English. Sometimes I do not find appropriate words, so I become puzzled. So you have to hear me very carefully. My intonation is Bengali intonation. It is not English intonation. So it will be difficult for you to understand. If you attentively hear, then you will understand. For that reason, if we submit to the will of Supreme Lord, we will be happy under all circumstances. You see, I want to give one instance. I heard one story while I was attending these discourses and sermons of the Shuddha Bhaktas. One Vaishnava taught us and gave one reference on story. I do not know from which scripture. That story was that there was one king, and the king's prime minister was a great devotee and also a very pious man. Whenever any person went to him to ask that I am in difficulty, I have got this sort of difficulty, and I have got this sort of separation grief, etc. My son has died, my wife has died, like that. Then he used to specify that person and give solace to that person by saying, you see, you do not know what you did in the past. You do not know what will be in the future. Now you are seeing that there's some difficulty you have got. There's so much loss. It would have been more. By the grace of Supreme Lord, it has become less. So whatever is done by the Supreme Lord, because without His will nothing can happen. And as He is absolute good, whatever is done by the will of Supreme Lord, it is for the benefit of all. Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Madhusudana. In Swasti Vachanam. Madhusudan Bhagavan is all good. Whatever is done by the will of Supreme Lord, it is beneficial for us, beneficial for the persons of any place in the world. Mutual benefit, return for the inner benefit of all. You should believe this. Like that he used to give solace. What happened? At that time in India, Kshatriyas, they became kings. The king, they used to go to the forest for hunting. That is their duty. For that reason, king with the prime minister and other soldiers and many persons went to the forest for hunting. And they were separated. All the soldiers are scattered in the forest. And only prime minister and king, they were moving in the forest. By moving, king saw one beast. Then by seeing that beast, he tried to shoot an arrow to that beast, to kill that beast. But by providence, by some mistake, that arrow went in a different direction. And his finger was cut. And there was profuse blood. When blood was coming, he was repenting. I am a king, I am to fight always I am to, with the enemies, I am to oppose them, I am to fight. At that time, bows and arrows were used for fighting. So I have a great loss, and he was also pain finger. Then Prime Minister had got some knowledge of Ayurveda. Ayurveda, you know, about herbs, from medicine made from herbs. He had got some knowledge. He went to the forest and brought some herbs. And with that herbs, some juice of the herbs, he tried to stop the bleeding of the king. And king was repenting about a great loss, great loss. Then Prime Minister said, why you are repenting? You do not know what you did in the past. And you do not know what will be in the future. There might have been a greater loss. You did in the past many bad things, but the result should have been more, but it has become less. By the grace of Supreme Lord, you believed. It should not be perturbed. The king was enraged, hurt. My finger, it has been cut to 2 pieces, and you were saying, it is whatever done is by the will of it is for my benefit. What benefit? If your finger would have been cut to 2 pieces and I would have been spoken like this, would you be happy? Would you be happy? No, it is for all. You should not take it. He tried to pacify the king, and king became enraged. I shall teach a lesson. He has become a great devotee. And they were moving in the forest, and from a distance, king saw there is one well, but on the well there are bush and some trees. If anybody discerns very carefully, they can understand that there is something there somewhere. But ordinarily it is very difficult to detect it. King was talking, and brought that Prime Minister to that near the well. And that well, dried well. That is only without any water. And all of a sudden, he gave a blow, push, and the Prime Minister fell down the well. And there were some trees, small trees and herbs, and he fell down, he sat on the bush. Then king said, whatever is done by the Supreme Lord, who is all good, is for the benefit of you. It is for your benefit. You fell down, then, yes, without his will, you cannot push me. You have pushed me by his will is working. It is surely it is not for my own eternal betterment. Where is the Bhagavan? Is there any Bhagavan? Where is the Bhagavan? I am. If I leave this place, who will rescue you from the well? If anybody falls into the well without the help of a person, can he rescue himself from the well? By his own effort. Where is the Bhagavan? If Bhagavan will not rescue me, he cannot rescue. So, if Bhagavan kills me, you cannot rescue me. And Bhagavan saves me, saves my life, then I will be saved. Oh, you will not leave your obstinacy, doggedness. Remain here, die here. You can encourage, die here. Let Bhagavan come. When one becomes furious, he did not see, he cannot see outside. Because he became upset. And by out of anger, he left that place. And there were some dacoits, robbers there. They also worship Goddess Kali. Goddess Kali, you know, for their success in the dacoity, in the robbery. And sometimes they made promise to the goddess that we should give such immolation to you. And they have made a promise and they got fulfillment of the desire, robbery successfully. They will immolate one human being, man, before Goddess Kali. So they are now, they attempted to go to the villages and towns to get a man. But when they came out of their house, this was a very beautiful man. Where from this beautiful? The king, they saw. Oh, Goddess Kali is very gracious to us. He has sent his own person to immolate this, to have satisfaction. Oh, then 12 or 16 jaguars, they surrounded, immediately surrounded and caught hold. You see, king was not prepared, he was angry, he was furious, he could not see the outside, and he was fastening. Fastening them, they went to the temple, and he said to the priest, "We are very much glad Goddess Kali has sent, so you perform puja, there should be any defect in the puja, and you should immolate. They will get some rupee, some honorarium for that reason." And he was saying, worried, oh, what is this? The Goddess Kali. There is one falchion sword like to immolate. Right? And there is one framework of timber where the neck of the beast was fixed for immolation. It's called Jupakashta, we say. But because the Kshatriya, he did not die. But he was afraid, performed puja, and before immolation, the beast was taken to the tank for bathing. So he was taken to the tank for bathing, and vermilion was given, red leaf was given on the forehead, and everything is prepared. And now he will be immolated. He was trembling, what is this? And when that priest wanted to immolate, at that time he saw that there is one finger is cut, there is even blood is oozing out. A wounded person, if it is immolated, then the result will be bad. And I should say to the jaguars, you see, you have brought a beast. If I immolate, if you say, if you order, I can do it, but it will not be beneficial. Why? Why? You have spent so much money. Why? Because you see, you have brought an injury. If you do it, the result will be bad. Oh, you have not seen. Where from it has come? We are going to the town and villages. We have spoiled everything. You be kept to the gut. Go out from this place. Then that king, they didn't know this he was the king. He came to the capital and was thinking, oh, if my finger would not have been wounded, then my life, I should lose my life. Whatever is done by the will of Supreme Lord is for the will of God. What Prime Minister said is correct. Now, Prime Minister, I pushed him down, whether he is living or not. All the soldiers said, you go, take out. They went there and all the soldiers, they pulled out. They was doing enough. Sitting on the bush and they were doing enough. And he was taken out from the, and brought to the king. He was very much repenting and bowed down to him. You are really devotee. Whatever is correct. Whatever is. See, when the jaguars, when I was enraged and I was going, jaguars seized me. They seized me and took me, immolate me before the goddess Kali. By seeing this injury, they released me. So please explain. No, you have done well. What I have done well? You have done well. You have pushed me down on the well. But that isn't, I am rescued because I have got no injury. I have got no injury. But they would have arrested both. You see, they would have. And when they will find you have got injury, they will release you and they will immolate me. You have saved me. Whatever is done by the will of Supreme Lord is for the benefit of all. If you can understand this, you will be happy under all circumstances. And in Srimad Bhagavatam it is said by Vedas, we will get God. These three qualities should be there. Tattenu kampang susamikshaman. Bhanjanava atmakritam vipakam. Hridva gobhi vedan namaste. Jiveta jamukti vadesha dayabha. Tattenu kampang. How long actually?
We've got the hall only until 10 o'clock.
Like last night.
9:30.
Like last night.
9:30. All right. Because there was some the complaint. So here they are very punctual. It's not like India. Go on. But that is not caste. Tattenu kambang sushamishamano bhunjaneva atmakritam vipakam. Hridva vidar namaste jiveta jamukti vadeshadayava. Here, with the best we say, the persons who have got these three qualities, they will get God. Under all circumstances, bad or good circumstances, if one can see by ordinary vision, ordinary seeing, will not be able to understand. Shu samikshamana, ikshamana, to see generally. But samikshamana, minutely, if you see minutely, see. Shu samikshamana, if you nicely, if you minutely discern, then you can understand God will give eternal benefit to all, always, under all circumstances. You can understand this. When you will discern with devoutness, you will discern nicely and attentively, then you can understand. Shu samishamana, Shu sundar sambhakti shamana. Correct. Then you can all under all circumstances he is doing good to us. Under in our bad circumstance, when you could get the result of some big deeds, various sufferings, etc. There is also, there is grace of Krishna. You have to understand this. Otherwise you will not get God. I have got the desire to speak about the biography of Dhruva. It is a long story. I cannot. But in Dhruva Charitra you will find his mother, Suniti Devi, is advised. You have decided to worship Krishna. That is true. You worship Krishna, you worship Srihari, you will get. But you should not blame others. Your stepmother is not the cause of your affliction. Stepmother rebuked Dhruva when Dhruva wanted to get into the lap of his father. Father was in the throne, and Uttanpad had two queens, co-wives, and a senior queen is Suniti, and junior queen is Suruchi. And Uttanpad Maharaja was attracted by the love of this junior queen, Suruchi, by the love. You may say he was handpicked. For that reason, he tried to specify, tried to give satisfaction to the junior queen. And for satisfaction of the junior queen, Krishna, Maharaja Uttanpad, took the child of the Suruchi, Uttam, on his lap and was adoring with great affection. And Dhruva was saying, this our younger brother, Dhruva at that time only 5 years age. So Dhruva also, I should go, father will also adore me. Dhruva went there, did it. This is the way, this is the habit of children. If anybody any child gets the affection of parents, other child also, they have got some sort of malice. They also come. And Dhruva came to the father. Oh father, you take me to your lap, take me to your lap. Crying. By seeing Dhruva. And Maharaj Uttanpad became, his heart became very much melted. I see, he was a small boy. I should adore him. When Suruchi saw it, she became enraged. Oh, now Maharaj will adore the son of my wife. I should allow. But that, she rebuked. Why you have come here? Your mother is ill-fated mother. You are born with an unfortunate mother. Our king, our husband, does not love your mother. He loves me. My child will sit on the lap, on the throne of the king, and on the lap of the king, on the throne. And you have got no right. You go out from here. Why you have come? Like that. Wow. Became pain, but could not cry because of the silence of his father. What I have done? I wanted to get into the lap, and my stepmother looked me without any offense, and our father did not speaking anything against me. So he perturbed, but he could not tolerate. At that time, Suruchi told Dhruva, you are younger, you do not know. King loves me. He does not love your mother. You have got no right to sit here. My son will sit here. If you want to sit on the lap of the mother, father, and in the throne, then you have to worship Sihori. Sihori can give everything, whatever you want. So you worship Sihori, and when Sihori will be satisfied, you will have vision of Sihori. Sihori will appear before you. And you ask from him two kinds of boon. One, you should die, and next, you should be born in my womb. Then you will be able to see. But that reason, there is no time. But that reason, Dhruva was very much shocked. And Suri Devi is you see, you will perform Hari Bhajan. I understand. But if you blame your stepmother and go to perform Hari Bhajan, then you will not be successful. Ma mangalam tato pareshu mangsta bhunti janajat paradukkhadasta. Twice you will find this sloka by Suniti Devi and by Narad Goswami. They give a warning. Ma mangalam pareshu mangsta. Don't blame others for your difficulty, for your difficulties, for your affliction, miseries. Don't blame others. Jivas reap the fruits of their own actions. You must have behaved like this with somebody. In some birth, God's decision is not wrong. So He has given that result to you through your stepmother. If you, with that repulsive mentality, with the stepmother, you go on chanting, you will not get. You will be effaced from your mind. You are the cause of your own affliction, not the stepmother. We forget this. Anyway, husband blames his wife blames husband, elder brother, younger brother, elder brother. Someone is blaming these enslaved Jivas. They are enslaved because of this. They blame others. Because we live the first of our actions. And clear it from their heart. And Dhruva has got firm faith in the advice of of his mother and go on chanting Padmaprashan Hari with firm belief and without any malice, without any repulsive mentality to anybody, hostile mentality to anybody, and was chanting, where is my beloved? Lotus died, Hari, where are you? Where are you? Chanting, 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 through the forest, crying, crying. There are so many beasts and so many serpents are there, pythons are there. They can swallow even deers, etc. And Dhruva was saying, those tigers and lions embracing, you are my Hari. You are my Hari. But they did not do any harm to Dhruva, because God is everywhere, He is controlling. There could be aptitude to do it. And so it began totally a concentration, total attention is to Supreme Lord Sri Hari. And Hari came in the forest as Naga. Hari is his absolute counterpart everywhere. Hari is everywhere, his absolute counterpart is everywhere. Anywhere he can appear. As Narada he appeared and he examined him and told him, you have to do in this way, you have to try. And Dhruva accepted that in total, and he got that objective. You see, and it's happening.
Does anybody have any questions?
Own miseries. Third is, without any disturbed mind, you should engage your, under all circumstances, mind, sense organs, everything for the service of Krishna. Then you can get it. When your mind will disturb, you cannot do bhajan, you cannot worship. First, you have to see the grace of Krishna under all circumstances. And you should not blame others for your afflictions. And you should, with undisturbed mind, you should engage all your sense organs, mind, everything for the service of Krishna. Then in that state you can live. Otherwise, if you become disturbed, then your bhajan will also disturb. But Dhruva bhajan will not disturb, because twice Narada Vaishnava also warned him. Ma mangalam tato pareshu mansta bhunti janadot paradukati. This word again repeated. Very important. Those who want actual spiritual success in their life, devotional success, devotional objective. If they want to love for Sri Krishna, then they should abide by this. Or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear about the biographies of Dhruva and Prahlad from the other Pandit Goswami 100 times. And again said, you tell me, I want to hear. It's better for us to go through the biographies of pure devotees. Then we can have inspiration.
जय गोविंद जय गोपाल केशव माधव दीन दयाल जय गोविंद जय गोपाल केशव जय गोविंद जय गोपाल केशव माधव दीन दयाल